welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, Shane Gilfeather, and you've joined us for round 5 of the V8 League SimHaus Championship for 2024. We are at Hidden Valley, the Northern Territory in Berrima. Round 5 of 12. We've got 2 races tonight, and things are heating up because exciting news for the drivers. We're actually gone fixed setup for the rest of the season. Let's bring the racing back together and more even. So the boys are quite happy with that as they enter the track. Currently in qualifier session. We'll get on track now and we will bring you the championship table before we get to see who's on pole at the moment. Currently Wayne Walker with a 103.3. The season standing so far after 4 rounds, it is Wayne Walker, clean sweep, 80 points. Teammate for Wayne's World Motorsports is Alex Kittis in P2 with 60 points. Paul Robinson on 54, Scott Flack on 47, and Matt getting closer there on 46 points. The top 5 not moving, but last week Eric Chandra with 2nd in the round jumped 2 spots into P6 ahead of Justin Bryce and Craig Broadbent. Braden Pritchard stays at 9 and Craig Stoddard moves up into the top 10 for BS Motorsport as he's on 20 points. Looking to improve as he is actually in P10 at the moment. Alright, let's get on track. Let's see the times and who's on a hot one and who's been sandbagging throughout the practice session. Alright, so it is Wayne Walker on top ahead of Craig Broadbent. This is going to be a great battle. Look at that, Matt Collins, top 3, all within half a second of each other as Eric Chandra just goes wide in P1. It's Collins in 3rd, Paul Robinson in the number 83 car, showing his class and why he's 3rd in the championship, as he's currently in P5 at the moment. Scott Flack moving up in the P4 there on his flight. Just got a new monitor, so he's parked it in the hits after that hot lap. Alex Kittis slipping down into P6. Where is he? He's not going to improve on this. We can see the qualified times down the bottom right-hand corner, and that's not going to bring him up. We've still got 4 minutes left in qualifying before we get to the racing. So we'll go through the field, introduce the boys. Justin Bryce in the DeWalt for Service Australia. He is currently in P7 ahead of our Indonesian friend Eric Chandra for HM Engineering, currently in P8, but he has been quicker through the practice sessions, so we'll see if he jumps up throughout this session. Only 3.5 minutes to go. Braden Pritchard liking the fixed setup as well. He's a bit stronger at the moment in the top 10. Currently P9 in the tradie. Ford Mustang, oh, just drifting through there. Beautiful car control as he tips it down into 2nd gear. Bit tardy on the end. We'll see if that costs him down the main straight. He's pulled out of it. 2 PB sectors. He didn't like that last sector. That could have brought him up the field, but he's pinned it. He's got time for one more hot lap, which you'll probably want to jump out of pits as soon as you can. Looks like he's setting it up, and there he goes. Craig Stoddard just gets on the grass. Andrew Chilui racing from Entertainment Park up at Bankstown on their simulators there. He's in 11 so far. David Baker in P12. Also parking it, just waiting for the race to start. Brand Johnson, our rookie from WA, we welcome him along. And it's a mission for him to get online because we are 2 hours ahead of him. So it's only currently 6 o'clock there. So he's done well to get on and get in the practice server, and he is currently P13 ahead of Troy Chislowski from Queensland in P14 in the Shell number 11. Alright, just under 2 minutes to go. And again, we'll show you that championship table. Down the right-hand side, it's Walker, Kiddas, Robinson, Flack, Collins, your top 5. And then Chandra, Bryce, Broadbent, Pritchard, Stoddard. All those drivers are here tonight looking to advance in the championship table with this fixed setup, meaning they can't change the setup of the car. Only brake bias and braking pressure. So I think we saw Craig Stoddard before. Paul Robinson is back out. This is his, it's not his outlap, but he'll probably get one more in if he crosses the line on time. So he'll want to do that because this one's not going to be his fastest. Oh, he's pulled that up. So that's going to be him for the qualify session. James Spotto jumping in as well. We missed him on the first run through. He's been jumping in and out of the server. And he's currently P9 pushing Pritchard down into P10. So the boy's still out there, Wayne Walker. Oh, he's just crossed the line. He had 10 seconds to go. Hear him locking up into turn one. Double apex, really hard to get pulled up. We're on board now with Wayne Walker coming through the hot lap. Just getting lost there. Oh, he's taking a straight ahead. So I see if Eric Chandra's on his hot lap. Coming around that same hairpin. These guys are in a private qualify session if you're not familiar with sim racing, meaning they're all out there together but they can't see each other. They can't interrupt each other's times out there. So they can only see themselves, and that's why we can only see one car at a time. Okay, that's the end of quali. Checker flag out for quali session. Who's out there? Justin Bryce on track, Eric Chandra, James Spotto. So what can James Spotto do right on the death? It's P9 at the moment. Looking at his time there, he's up on his PB. Currently P9. Will he move up? No, he sits there in P9. So that's your top 15 at the moment. So if we look at the qualified results, it's Wayne Walker on pole with a 103.369. Scott Flack up into P2 right beside him with a 103.6. Craig Broadbent, Matt Collins will be second row of the grid. Then it's Justin Bryce, Eric Chandra, row 3. Row 4, Paul Robinson slipping down a bit with Alex Kiddas. They're a bit stronger than that. So going to be very competitive at the front. Then we've got Alex Kiddas, James Spotto. Paul Robinson with Alex Kiddas on row 4. Row 5 will be James Spotto and Braden Pritchard making it into the top 10. Starting from P11, it'll be Craig Stoddard next to Andrew Chilawi in the Castrol. Then it's David Baker in the Kmart, Greg Murphy inspired livery with Brand Johnson, and then Troy Cieslowski rounding out your top 15. Alright, so bear with us. We're just going to make sure everyone is ready to race, and then we'll be right back.
There is nothing like the mountain, the speed, the history, and most importantly, the sound. It's part of the Bathurst 1000, and now it's part of your whiskey too. Aged to perfection with the sweet sounds of a roaring V8 pumping through each oak barrel. Like a perfect lap of the mountain, each sip will leave you wanting more. For the second year, Ned Australian Whiskey brings you the 2022 limited edition Sounds of Bathurst Whiskey. And this year, Ned have taken it up a year. The boldest drink for the greatest race in Australia.
All right, welcome back. It is race 1, ready to go. 18 laps, very hot up in Northern Territory. The tyres are bursting. Maybe they won't make it through the first race without pitting. Definitely the second race is going to be 45 laps, so we're definitely going to see some action on that one. In the pit lane, probably 2 pit stops. We'll see. Scott Flack might try and go for the 0. And that's Wayne Walker up front. So that's Wayne Walker getting a great start off P1. Matt Collins right behind him. It's 5 wide down the main straight. You can see it coming across. Collins just coming across Scott Flack it was there. Oh, Kiddas being collected there. Just watching Alex Kiddas. Seeing what happened here into turn 1. Chandra just hit that inside line. Kiddas trying to come up the inside, but Spotto was there and he got turned around, unfortunately. Back down to P15 for Kiddas. All right, so it's Collins charging hard on the back of Wayne Walker here in the opening laps. On board now with Matt Collins chasing hard, and he's got Craig Broadbent right behind him as well. So coming down the main straight, you can see it settling in. David Baker up into P10. I can see Collins coming up the inside there. Oh, and a switch over from Wayne Walker side by side. It's Collins just nuzzling in front. They're fighting away as Broadbent's trying to get up in the action as well. And there's Justin Bryce up into P4 ahead of Eric Chandra. Scott Flack moving down to P6 at the moment, just needs to settle in. Maybe he can get back up the front. That's Broadbent, Justin Bryce together, chasing down Collins out in front. Wayne Walker at P2, Eric Chandra, Scott Flack, Paul Robinson, Braden Pritchard heading out, James Spotto further back as well. Spotto trying to come up the inside now. Has he overshot it? Looks like he may have done, hit the grass. Doesn't take much. And he's waiting for Craig Stoddart just getting through there. All right, so Matt Collins still out in front ahead of Wayne Walker, almost a full second now. He's on the charge. He's got the white banded tyres on. What have they gone for here? We can show you guys at home who are viewing, not the number of stops, the actual tyre compound. And it looks like most of them have gone soft over the super soft. Bryce out there, and that's probably why he's up in a P4, but will he make it to the end of the race on the super softs? Time will tell. Eric Chandler will make him work for it towards the end of the race. We're only 3 laps down of 18. Very short sprint race, 20 minutes long. As we head down the main straight, Matt Collins posting the fastest lap of the race at 1:04.892. That'll be pretty hot today. Out in front, starting to stretch away from the boys now. Matt Collins very quick on the car and on a full brand new set of tyres, but let's see if he can hold that out for the next 14 laps. Braden Pritchard still heading out this group. Andrew Chilawi up in a P9, that's very impressive, and David Baker in 10 as well. So these guys doing very well towards the back. Brent Johnson, our rookie from WA in the Coca-Cola car, he's starting to charge hard and chase these guys throughout the race. You can see him taking nice clean lines there, making plenty of room up on David Baker. Oh, he's just clipped the inside wall. Unfortunately, that's an easy thing. It's like a magnet. Craig Stoddard might be coming around the corner anytime soon. There he is. Troy Cieslawski, James Spotto, Alex Kittis, all the guys that have made mistakes at the beginning part of the race, and Brandt's got to rejoin and chase hard. Doing well up until that point. We've now got Andrew Chilawi chasing down Braden Pritchard, and that is for P8 at the moment. Well, it looks like we've got Justin Bryce on the back of right on the back of Craig Broadbent there in the Snowy River Ford Mustang. Looks like Eric Chandler, Scott Flack and Paul Robinson keeping Scott Flack company down the back there. And then it's the Pritchard-Chilawi battle as well. So a few one-on-one battles down here. First one up front, pointy end of the race, is Matt Collins, just ahead of Wayne Walker. See Wayne Walker closing right in on the apex there, but Collins will probably stretch that out. Maybe he's looking after his tyres, we don't know. Great shot there on the back of Matt Collins' car. And we've got Craig Broadbent with Justin Bryce behind him. That's Brycey using VR goggles to race tonight. And we can see Eric Chandler, Scott Flack and Paul Robinson right behind them. They are closing. They are bridging that gap to the front. A lot of yellows out here. So I can see Spotto down on turn 1 again. Just overshooting turn 1. Very easy to do and very punishing when you do that. Eric Chandler just holding off Scott Flack for now. The gap's well within a second. And then Paul Robinson. Pritchard-Chilawi still battling it out in P8 at the moment. Oh, and Chilawi went for it. Watch Chilawi tucking in, getting that draft. He wants to pull out right at the end, but he may have missed his braking mark. He's tucked the nose in. He's braking just too much. And off he goes into the grass, unfortunately. Right, as he settles back into P8, and Scott Flack behind him, he must have made a mistake as well. But at the front is still Matt Collins on lap 7, holding it out in front of Wayne Walker. Maybe Collins has been sandbagging through practice session. Broadbent got Bryce coming up the inside. Now he's decided to tuck back in. Says, I'll get you on the next one. Nice and tight through here. Rob Ball with Justin Bryce now chasing down Craig Broadbent just in front. Oh, heavy under brakes. A bit of lock up from Broadbent up in front. Will that heat up his front tyres, making him more vulnerable towards the end of the race, trying to control the heat of those tyres. These cars can flat spot on the tyres, and you definitely don't want to be doing that with direct drive steering wheels, because you will feel it all through the direct drive steering wheel, forcing you to want to pit and get rid of it. Next time you brake, you'll actually sit on that flat spot again, and making that flat spot even worse. So head down the main straight. Starting to stretch away from Eric Chandra, and we lost Scott Flack, so Paul Robinson back behind Chandra in P6. Then it's Pritchard on his own because Chilawi made that mistake, and there's Scott Flack behind. Alex Kiddis moving back up into the top 10 after that early incident. Brent Johnson flying through the field, unless he's a lap down. Yes, he is, unfortunately. Troy Cieslewski in the P11, and this is Baker. Down the main straight, he's got to choose the outside line, but Cieslewski might have forced the mistake. Oh, he's held it in, and great job from Cieslewski. Oh, and there's Scott Flack again, not handling this car at all. We're on board with David Bacon. He's lets Craig Stoddart through as Baker slips back into P12. He'll be happy with just a result here today. Not having the best season after last year. It's still Broadbent and Bryce for 3 and 4, but the battle up front's heating up. The gap well within half a second now. There's a gap there, and we'll go back to Bryce chasing Broadbent. Look at that. Can't get any closer than that, really. Still trying to figure out where to overtake Broadbent, watching his weak spots. And there's not many, as he's the current 2023 SimHaus V8 champion, defending champion in this series. Bryson keeping him honest the whole way through. Lap 10 of 18, only 8 to go. Try to get up the inside, get the power down. He's got to pick one spot and make a good move, because here comes Chandra right behind as well. Start knocking on the door in about 3 or 4 laps time, making it a three-way battle for P3. Matt Collins ahead of Wayne Walker still. That gap well over half a second, still not making any gains. Those last laps you couldn't split, and Wayne Walker just dropping. No, there's pretty much dead even on this lap alone. Both in the 106.4s. So then now Justin Bryce has got the move done. Let's see if we can see the job done. And here it is down the main straight. This is how Justin Bryce moved up into P3. Moved up the inside. Oh, locks up and manages to handle it. Oh, he locks up but protects inside. Broadbent just losing the rear, trying to get on the gas early. And so it's Bryce that holds. And it's still Bryce out in front, live back on track now. Starting to stretch away from Broadbent. And here comes Chandra and Robinson in the mix as well. So let's look at the close battles at the moment. Up front, Wayne Walker. Is he happy to just sit there until the last 3 or 4 laps? Then he'll make a move. Make sure we tune back into this battle. If you're watching us live on YouTube, let us know. Send us a like. Hit the subscribe and the bell to get the notifications, as Wayne Walker is on the tail of Matt Collins now. There he is, trying to close in under brakes, pushing Collins to really use up those tyres. Wayne Walker's proven that he's been very strong on the tyres this year, but he's definitely being challenged. We're used to seeing Wayne Walker out front each race, but Matt Collins definitely doing the job in race 1, round 5 at Hidden Valley. This is the closest battle on track at the moment. Will he go up the inside? Oh, he showed the nose. Tried to throw it up there. Collins just chopped it right off. Now, I'm guessing we're going to see Walker come up the inside, and there it is. Side by side, side draft. Where the braking marker's going to go. Is Collins going to try and come across? He's going to try and come up the inside as Walker goes deep. There's not enough gap for Collins to get in there, and Wayne Walker knew exactly that, so he slowed it down, blocked the hole, and he's off. Justin Bryce, very comfortable in the P3 position. The guy's probably struggling on tyres now. These two, the only ones in the 106s. Actually, Justin Bryce is also in the 106 5s, faster than these two out in front. Now it's our turn to look at Matt Collins, keeping the pressure on Wayne Walker at the moment. Only 5 laps to go. Oh, 2 different lines there. Collins going a bit wide there, and he's lost a bit of ground. We can visually see the gap there and the distance as he comes down the main straight. So we look at the battles around. It looks like Chandra and Robinson, or Chandra and Broadbent now. With only 5 laps to go, Chandra closing in on Broadbent. Broadbent starting to lock up. Just that odd lock up. You'll see the inside smoke coming from the fronts. Changing that brake bias around as the tyres get old. Chandra's just hit the grass. And that's cost him a little bit of time there. Paul Robinson's still there. I can see Chalawi in the turn 1. Oh, they've come together. Who was that? We'll go back to the replay. So it looks like Chalawi on the back of Pritchard. Oh, he's hit. Oh, they've both gone off. Chalawi hit the blue concrete block. Looks like a tyre wall, but it's definitely not. So he's stuck on the inside. As we go back to the front now. Okay, so Wayne Walker stretching that lead already over 2 seconds. Matt Collins in P2. Still got the purple mobile in his windscreen, but he's starting to get smaller and smaller as Bryce is starting to chase him down. Look at the gap between them. 3.5 seconds. And Broadbent starting to put in some consistent laps here and starting to reduce that gap to Justin Bryce ahead. Very even along here. Scott Flack had a couple of spins and back up into P11. Braden Pritchard, after that spin, has regained, still in the top 10. Kozlowski in top 10 as well, P9. And Craig Stoddart in 8, and Kiddas. Look at these guys. They were at the back at the start of the race, and with 2 laps to go, they're up into the top second half of the top 10. Kiddas already in P7, Stoddart in 8. Kozlowski, and it's all falling apart behind them. Some guys have pitted. I know that Andrew Chaloui's just lost his steering after that accident, so he's had to retire for this race. Baker into the pits for tyres, and that's Brent Johnson in the pits as well. All right, back out on track. Wayne Walker still out in front with 2 laps to go. Soon to be 1 lap to go. Wayne Walker too strong at the moment. They're all stretching out. They're the top 6 all just still around the 1 second apart from each other. Then it blows out to the guys that had trouble earlier on, and that's why we're seeing the 15-second gap. So Baker came in for tyres. I'm not too sure if he's going to make... Oh, and Baker spins on the last turn. I don't know if he's clipped that inside wall. This will be last lap for Wayne Walker. Showing the white flag, lap 18 of 18. All he's got to do is survive turn 1, which has been the trap for everybody. But being the professional he is, he's taken a clean sweep of the season so far, and he's about to collect on race 1 of round 5 ahead of Matt Collins, who's showing a great pair of heels here at Hidden Valley now that the series is fixed. So too Justin Bryce, moving his way up towards the front. Craig Broadbent probably struggling on tyres now, so he's happy to just sit there and take P4 for race 1. And it's Paul Robinson, P5 for Paul Robinson Racing. And Eric Chandra slipping back. So Paul Robinson's got the position on Eric Chandra. Maybe that was a mistake from him before. I didn't see him on the side of the track. And that is the checkered flag for Wayne Walker. Congratulations, race 1. Matt Collins coming home in P2. Justin Bryce right behind him, not too far. And here comes Craig Broadbent. Paul Robinson, Eric Chandra. We're looking back across the start-finish line. And that is Alex Kiddis coming across the line. James Spotto finishes in P12. So this will be Stoddard crossing the line in P8. Troy Czeslowski, he's happy with that one. Top 10 finish for him. Braden Pritchard will collect the 10th position, and that's Scott Flack right behind him as well. And that just leaves James Spotto to collect the checkered flag if he hasn't already. And while he does that, we'll show you the results. So race 1 results, it was Wayne Walker that got it in the end ahead of Matt Collins. Justin Bryce getting the job done on Craig Broadbent to take P3. Broadbent 4. Then it was Paul Robinson. Eric Chandra finishes in 6. Alex Kiddis, Craig Stoddard in 7 and 8. Then it was Czeslowski and Pritchard. Your top 10. P11 is Scott Flack having a shocker at Hidden Valley in the hot conditions up here in the Northern Territory. He finishes P11 ahead of James Spotto in 12. Then it was David Baker retiring towards the end there ahead of Andrew Chilui and Brant Johnson. Alright, so that was race 1. Race 2 coming up very shortly. Go to a commercial break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
There is nothing like the mountain, the speed, the history, and most importantly, the sound. It's part of the Bathurst 1000. And now it's part of your whiskey too. Aged to perfection with the sweet sounds of a roaring V8 pumping through each oak barrel. Like a perfect lap of the mountain, each sip will leave you wanting more. For the second year, Ned Australian Whiskey brings you the 2022 limited edition Sounds of Bathurst Whiskey. And this year, Ned have taken it up a gear. The boldest drink for the greatest race in Australia.
Introducing the Racecraft PT1, custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed The Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with the 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a Racecraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The Racecraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no-compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Race 2, 45 laps. If you thought that first race was long, this one's going to be even longer. The boys are talking about possibly 2 pit strategy. We can see super soft tyres selected in pit lane. What are they going to grid up with? Can see David Baker, he's on super softs. James Spotto behind him, he's on the softs. And once the boys grid up, it's reverse grid. We can see the grid building up there now. So Troy Cieslawski on pole, David inside Ripple, and off we go. Unfortunately, he's going to drop a few more places as Broadbent now in the lead ahead of Alex Kidas. Both in different shades of turquoise, I would call it. And it's Paul Robinson from PR Racing ahead of Justin Bryce. That is Wayne Walker and Craig Stoddart, and here comes Scott Flack up into P7. Chantra right behind him as well. And Chalui in P9 on the hards, struggling on those hard tyres. Probably not the best choice on this circuit, but he's trying to reduce the amount of pit stops in this race. So towards the end of the race, that may play to his favour. And Baker slipping down in the pits. I don't know if he's pulling out. Harrison Tevin and Newlon struggling as well. But compressing up the front ahead of Alex Kidas. I've just had word on the radio, Justin Bryce's cooling suit just failed. And in the Northern Territory, that's not the best thing to happen, especially if you're racing on VR. Luckily it's winter, so temperatures should stay low, but let's see if that affects the alertness of Justin Bryce in the black and yellow DeWalt car, currently trying to get that third position from Paul Robinson. And this is a gap, the top 4. Taking a nice tight line, Brycey. He's going to tuck in. Is he going to go outside and then can't come in? But there's a big blue wall there you do not want to hit. Paul Robinson took a bit more momentum through there, and he's on the gas, so you can see it's just the draft that Brycey's getting. And will we see him overtake? Oh, he's trying to go up the inside now. Oh, he's going to hold that position all the way around. He's taken P3 from Paul Robinson, and here comes Wayne Walker. Nice job from Justin Bryce there, up into P3. First race he finished in P3. Anything can happen. We still have over 35 laps to go. Stay tuned. Hit that like and subscribe and the notification bell, and you'll know exactly when we're online again, which will be next week in the NASCAR series. So stay tuned at the end of the broadcast to find out more details. Or if you want, go down in the description, follow the links. You're always invited to join us next round and next race. We hold a few leagues throughout the year at SimHaus Racing, so you're always welcome to join at any time of the year. As we see Scott Flack chasing down Craig Stoddart now. Trying to get in the draft. He'll come out under braking, but will he be successful? Here he goes. Oh, side by side. Paul Robinson still there. On board with Paul Robinson up the inside. Can he get a held up? Nice and smooth there from Craig Stoddart, I should say, for BS Racing. Well, it's a four-way battle up front now. We're going to switch to that. It's all getting nice and tidy. Kiddas has got Broadbent at the front and Bryce at the back. Will this be another overtake for Justin Bryce? Get in the draft, pull out right at the end. Oh, he's slotted in right next to... Oh, great move. And that's Bryce up into P2. Now Bryce has just got to know that he overtook Broadbent in race 1, so all he's got to do is take him again and he'll be in the lead for race 2. Here comes Paul Robinson and Wayne Walker. That's now a 5-way battle in, I'd say, just over a lap time. It'll be Wayne Walker on the back of these. Depending on the strategies, depending on whether he'll attack as well. We'll soon find out as Craig Broadbent, our series defending champion from 2023, leads us round lap 11 of round 5 of the SimHaus Racing League for 2024. Some hotly contested racing here at the front part of race 2. The pit strategy may play, well, it's definitely going to play a part, but are they going to all do the same? Are they going to try to undercut or overcut? We will see. If it's 2-stop strategy, then lap 15 we'll see the first lot of pit stops, and then lap 30 till the end of the race. They may want to stretch it out so they can press it a bit towards the end. I can see Craig Broadbent is on the softs over Justin Bryce's super soft. So Broadbent's got the longer game, but will he last the same amount? Will this be a one-stopper for him? If he is, he's got to take this another 10 laps to at least lap 23, 24. Down the main straight. So that's the gap. And here we are at Hidden Valley. Oh, Bryce locking up front, trying to get up the inside. There they are, side by side, but Bryce, after locking up, has he got a flat spot? We don't know. Oof, under brakes, very strong on that softer tyre compound. Got the drone following the guys up the front. We've got 5 guys. This is for the lead, by the way, ladies and gents. As we have Craig Broadbent out in front ahead of Justin Bryce. Alex Kiddas coming back in the game. Paul Robinson playing out nice and safe down the back there. And he's got Wayne Walker in his rear windshield for company. So head down the straight. Will Bryce go for the move again? He's not close enough. We can see how close these guys are, all within half a second of each other. It's a nice angle of the circuit so far. You can see the other drivers. I can see Scott Flack and David Baker lapping around on the other side there. Oh, here comes Wayne Walker. Look at that. That's the top 5 all in the one shot from the drone. Walker's happy to just sit back there. Broadbent too good out front, nice and strong coming out of that corner. Down the main straight, the drone's trying to keep up with these guys pretty good. Up over 260, almost 270 as they hit the braking zone. Brycey up the inside, but Broadbent's closed that gap nice and smoothly. telling Bryce to just sit back there, mate. I've got this one. Now, lap 15. Is this where we're going to see the first run of the drone almost collect himself up on the mound on the side there? I think we saw, was it Davison or Holdsworth go up there a couple of years ago? Big accident in the supercars. Still the top 5. This is too good to let go. But we're going to see where the other guys are. So Scott Flack's coming back up into the fold. On his super softs, I can see the blue tyres. It's going to be a 6-way battle now for the top. Whatever strategy Flacky had, he's definitely putting his head down and he's chasing these guys hard, and he's got the gap down to 1.6, and then it's Chandra that's going to be next to join in. And Craig Stoddard has got Harrison Tebb for company, who's joined us for race 2. He races real life, so he's not had too much time to join us on a Wednesday night. He's usually prepping a car or going to testing, one of the two, but he's been a very busy boy, Harrison Tebb. Craig Stoddard up in the 8th. Andrew Chalui, has he changed tyres? It looks like he has changed compounds. No, he's still on the yellow band, so he's on the hard compound. He's ahead of Troy Jaslowski just behind, and there is David Baker a lap down behind these guys. So that is your top group, and it is still Craig Broadbent out in front. And Flacky is closing that gap. It's 1.3 now. It was 1.6. I reckon within 1 to 2 laps, he'll be on the back of this group. They're going to have a lot of fun, these guys. Are we going to see one of them jump into the pits on this lap? No, they're all going to stay out. They're all going to stay on the same strategy, trying to look after these tyres. There's no chat on the radio so far because I am watching, and there's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Who is that? That is 14. It could be Harrison Tebb just out in front. No, it's not. It is maybe Chalui. Yes, here comes the group right behind. There they are. Bryce trying everything he can to get around Broadbent. He could just be waiting for a mistake. And having that back marker out in front, that is going to produce some exciting racing. Are they going to use that back marker to make a sneaky move up the inside? Broadbent just stretching away a little bit as Bryce just takes the inside line. Lost his cooling suit, so he's heating up here at Northern Territory as he gets on the back of Broadbent. Just squirrels coming out of there. He could have had it. He may get the draft towards the end of the straight. Will he go up the inside? Oh, he's going for it. There he goes. He's taking a big lunge. Oh, Broadbent tried to come back on the inside, but Bryce definitely shut that door, and he's now into P1. Off he goes. That's a great shot at the top 3 here, and top 4 should be... Now Wayne Walker has got the job on Paul Robinson. So this will be a great battle. 2 guys from Wayne's World Motorsport, Kiddas and Walker in 3rd and 4th. Meanwhile, it's Justin Bryce out in front. And this battle is definitely going to heat up. Oh, sounded like Chalui just collected that inside wall yet again. Oh, he's gone straight there, so he tried to get away, probably looking in his rear vision mirror, trying to get out of the way. But it's this Craig Broadbent. I feel like he's going to make a move. It's gone around the outside. Oh, Bryce just shut that door. He saw him going wide. He knew it was going to come back in, and Brycey's just broken a step longer, and that's blocked Broadbent from making any moves. So behind Broadbent, we have Kiddas, and that's the front of Kiddas's car. That's his teammate, Wayne Walker. And Paul Robinson back up on the back of Wayne Walker. Look at this. This is the top 5, almost the top 6 now. Walker's strong on there. So is Paul Robinson. Look at them all coming under brakes, and it's a drag race down the main straight. Try and watch Walker. See if he gets in the draft and takes Kidas on the inside. Watch this move. Here it comes. He's pulled out. Could be Team Orders, but look at the braking mark. He's letting Paul Robinson in as well. And that was the sneaky move we were talking about. They just touched, and that's okay. That was a clean move. So now it's Bryce, Broadbent, and Walker out in front. So that's a whole group behind him. That's what his revision mirror can see. But he doesn't care. He's got eyes front. Lap 20, they're still lapping in the 107s, which is pretty strong on the older tyres. I think they're just going for the one stopper. And so we haven't seen anyone jump in for the first pit stop as we head down the main straight. And that's Baker coming in, looks like for his second set. On lap 20 already. So Justin Bryce leading out the top 5 so far. Scott Flack not making any gains. He's dropped that deficit to 3.8 seconds. Was up to 1.5 or 1.3 before. So probably struggling there. So Wayne Walker now. This is what he's looking at out in front, and this is what he's looking at behind. He's got Paul Robinson and Kidas. Oh, Robinson closing in. Alright, so it's a drag race down the main straight. I think I saw Scott Flack, and Stoddard's in the pits for his set, so that's could be one stop for him. There he is coming out of pit lane at the moment. So that's the back of Czeslowski we can see. Again, we've got the top 4. Trying to include Robinson, but he's dropped off just a little bit. We'll see him coming under brakes. Oh, that's Kidas, I should say. It's a great view. That's Czeslowski. How are they going to get through Czeslowski? Czeslowski just needs to get to the main straight and then maybe pull over to the left as he's going to receive the blue flag anytime soon. And it's good timing as they're not going to lose too much time. So it's a drag race down the main straight. Bryce, Broadbent. Oh, and that's Bryce diving in. So too Walker. Walker's covering off. And Kidas as well. So it's a 3-way through pit lane. We'll stay with this as Broadbent's probably going to go for the overcut, and it may work in his favour because these 3 may trip over each other trying to get in the same pit box. So let's see if Bryce gets out early. He's gone for super softs. And how is Walker going? Oh, it's side by side. And it's going to be Bryce, then Walker out of pit lane, and then Kidas. And here comes Paul Robinson in P2. So that looks like they've lost a lap just in the pit stop. Oh, bit of a touch there from Wayne Walker. So that's Paul Robinson in P2. And here's a lap ahead. He's got to get in and get those pit stop done. Otherwise, he's going to lose too much time as he comes out because these guys are going to be faster on these laps. So he's going to lose time to these guys behind. Scott Flack must have come into the pits because he's lighting up the sector screens on Sector 1. So Craig Broadbent, yes, he's in the pits. So where are these guys? They're coming onto the main straight. When is Broadbent going to be released? Probably not long enough. He's gone for the hard tyre. That's a white banded tyre. Sorry, that's the soft, not the super soft. Here they come down the main straight. Paul Robinson leading the Justin Bryce, Wayne Walker, and Broadbent just getting released from pit lane. So he's lost out 3 positions there, although Paul Robinson's yet to pit, slotting in just ahead of Scott Flack, Kiddas, and that is Flack, and that is track position as well. So now this is a 6-way battle. I said it before, and Flacky's made his way up by pitting early. He's done a fantastic job. So now it is Paul Robinson in the lead. Yet to pit. Or have I missed that pit stop from Paul Robinson? I must have missed that pit stop because he has pitted. So that is Paul Robinson out in the lead. He must have pitted a lap earlier. I didn't see it, but whatever he's done, he's now the race leader, not just virtual. He's the on-track leader for now for Paul Robinson Racing. Smashing effort halfway through. It's 24 laps. He's got to make those tyres last. Oh, Flack bringing up the dust down the back there. Chandra on fresh set of tyres is going to post probably the fastest lap of the race as he crosses the line. And there it is, Chandra 104.691. I called it early, so it's now a 6-way battle for the lead. This is fantastic racing. Flacky just needs to keep it on that black stuff. There's no grip on the brown or the green. Keep it on the black, Flacky, as he's chasing down his nemesis from last year, Craig Broadbent. Give credit to Paul Robinson. His pit stop was on point and has brought him out to the front of the race so far. With 20 laps to go, we are heading in for a fantastic race. Race 2 of 2 for round 5 of the SimHaus V8 League for 2024. Gap to Justin Bryce now under the 1 second mark. Starting to stretch out on this second stint. I don't know if the guys are just playing it differently. When they pit halfway through the race, they're not including the actual start of the race where the speed's not there and they consume at least 1 lap. So technically they're using an extra lap on these tyres just to get them up to temperature. Now I dare say these guys are going to compress up around the lap 30-35 mark. They don't want to lose track of each other because Justin Bryce is on fire tonight and Wayne Walker is back in P3. Not worried, he's not used to sitting here, but I'm sure he's enjoying the challenge. This fixed setup that these guys are on is definitely helping these guys, and look at the result. We've got 6 guys all vying for the lead, and we're just over halfway through the race so far. The guys on screen is the leaders at the moment. Justin Bryce wants to get that lead back. And there is championship leader Wayne Walker in number 217 for Hog's Breath, Wayne's World Motorsport. These aren't miniature cars, this is just the drone following them through the infield. Oh, I heard someone crash at the back. Someone's come off. Who is that? That is now in P7. That is Scott Flack yet again. Probably hitting that inside curb. Paul Robinson, stellar job out front. Justin Bryson and DeWalt's been solid all night, posting a third in race 1. Wants to make it better for race 2. So you can see the gap is closing back up again, like I said, around the 30. Another yellow flag out in sector 1, but it's been cleared. Paul Robinson down the main straight now, defending Justin Bryce. Is Bryce going to go under brakes this lap? Now he's probably going to wait one more. He's going to get close enough. Oh, locks up a bit. Goes wide. Is that the other guy's going to come up the inside? No, he's going to keep it nice and smooth. And off he goes. Wayne Walker just behind here. Trying to bring him in, but he's not coming in a shot. Not a problem. Oh, Paul Robinson braking hard into the turn. Robinson defending hard now against Justin Bryce. That's the gap now. Oh, I feel a overtake coming on now. He's just got to tuck in the breeze, come closer to the rear bumper, and then he's going to make a move. The cameramen are ready to follow the shot. Here he's going to go. I can feel it. Here it goes. Nice move. Same as what he did race 1. He's locked up a bit. He's run wide. Oh, and that's enough. Stay on. Defending Wayne Walker now. Wayne Walker smelt blood and wants to take it. It's around the outside. He's going to get a better position for the hairpin. Just needs Bryce. He's not going to come over to defend. He's going to let that go. And Kiddas is going to take that spot. Oh, almost took it. Kiddas will hang back because he knew he tapped him. Not much you can do there. Kiddas had nowhere to go, but he got squeezed out from Brycey. It's all on. Robinson still out in front. Got a bit of breathing space now. There's the back markers. I can see Chalui, Stoddard, and possibly Flack in that group. So if you guys are watching at home, we are on R Factor 2 platform. And we are watching Craig Broadbent, the race leader, out in front, defending against the championship leader, Wayne Walker, in P2 at the moment. And Justin Bryce wants that position back. He's going to fight hard for it. So we've got Paul Robinson, Wayne Walker, Justin Bryce, Alex Kiddas, Craig Broadbent, Eric Chandra, and Scott Flack is now a lap down. It looks like he's in it, but here comes Walker down the main straight. Just going to get the inside, but is Paul Robinson going to come around? Walker's through and in the position. So Paul Robinson still in P2 ahead of Justin Bryce. And that is Kiddas and Broadbent behind in the turquoise cars. Chandra a fair way back. Only 5 seconds. So we're going to race between the top 5 and it is still on. We have 13 laps to go, a long way to go in this race. Oh, just braking early. Balks Justin Bryce. And will this be an overtake? We can see Wayne Walker further up the road. And here comes the overtake from Justin Bryce. Great shot from the drone cam. Will he hold it up in time? Oh, he's going to just tuck in there. Now it's a three-way battle. Bryce on the inside. Paul Robinson just has to gun it around the outside and he'll get that position back. And he does exactly that as Wayne Walker starts to pull away with 1.2 seconds ahead. Oh, these three, it just compressed. This is battle for P2. Someone went wide there. He's going to sit there until that is Harrison Tebb. Class act. So P2, 3, 4, 5, and Scott Flack, I wish was in that mix as well, but he's a lap down in P7 at the moment. Eric Chandler out by himself. He's only 5 seconds behind this group. If anything happens with this group, then Chandler's right on the back here. So he's still in it from P6. Got a chance for P2. Paul Robinson absolutely smashing it out the front end. Oh, Bryce up the inside as I said it. That was a great move. And he's taken that position. So unfortunately, Paul Robinson slipping back into P3. Kiddas and then Broadbent. Oh, Broadbent nice and strong under brakes there. He's on the softs. Kiddas on the super softs. So towards the end of the race, Broadbent's going to clean up a couple of positions here. See if we can bring you the tyres after the first round of pit stops. And it's a mixed bag. Walker on the softs, Bryce on the super soft. He knows he can make them last. Robinson on the soft, Kiddas on the super soft. So it's a soft, super soft sandwich as they come down the main straight. To drag race. Kiddas may come under brakes here. He's got the momentum. He's put out of the draft a bit too early, but he's going to go for it. He's got it. Will Paul Robinson come back on the inside? Kiddas just pulls it up enough and blocks the hole from Robinson. Falling back into P4. Kiddas up into P3. Black just there for fun. He knows he's got the pace. Just had a couple of incidents and dropped back a bit too early and lost a lap on an extra pit stop there. So Walker out front, 2.9 seconds ahead. And after Chandra in P6, we've got Scott Flack behind him and Stoddard in 8th. 9th is Andrew Chalui. He's got the pack breathing down his neck anytime soon now. Top 10 is Troy Cieslowski and David Baker lapping in the 107s, one of the faster drivers out there. And Harrison Tebb in the Newlon in P12. Alright, so things are going to get sticky pretty soon. We've got a back marker, Andrew Chalui. He's a class act, so I don't think they'll have too much problem getting around the back marker. He'll be showing the blue flags and will do his best to let these guys through. But Wayne Walker's out by himself, and it's Bryce now defending against Kiddas. Paul Robinson dropped back just a touch. That means Craig Broadbent is on his tail, putting the pressure on. Oh, Kiddas almost taken that inside curb. It looks like a tyre barrier, but it's definitely concrete. That is very unforgiving, and that has claimed a lot of body panel parts in tonight's racing, as we've seen in race 1. This one in turn 1, you do not want to try and get the inside, and the drivers in front will use that to the advantage, as they will block that hole, making the guy behind work even harder to go around. So that's the front end of Kiddas's car. How far back is Robinson? There they are. And we'll jump on board Paul Robinson and look at Craig Broadbent and Scott Flack chasing Robinson down in P4. Alright, so Walker out in front. He's got Chilui in the Castrol doing his best, lapping in the 106s. And that's comparable to the guys out in front. Wayne Walker right behind him. And Bryce defending hard in the background, I can see, swerving down the main straight. Oh, I heard a bit of a lock-up there, but manages to hold on. He's hitting those curves quite hard now. He's got Kiddas coming up the inside. Oy, on the exit. Kiddas came in hot but had nowhere to go, as Bryce just looking after his tyres at the moment. He's taken the nice smooth line through. Broadbent still struggling behind Paul Robinson. And when I say struggling, Paul Robinson's still very quick on the lap times, averaging in the 107s at the moment, very comparable to the leaders out in front. Only 1/100th off. So Bryce is trying to break the draft here by sweeping down the main straight. Doesn't want to give Kiddas any advantage, and you can see the gap just changing there. But Kiddas really strong under brakes. So on board with Paul Robinson, looking back on Craig Broadbent, Scott Black, they are still there keeping him company. Broadbent nice and smooth under brakes. Class Act current defending champion, oh, under brakes. Very strong. Get him on the inside. Will he get the job done? Tries to get it, but Paul Robinson covering off quite nicely. Well, I can hear a lot of tyre scrub on the camera itself. That can't be good for his rear tyres. And alright, so it looks like Broadbent's going to be up on the... It's going to come up the inside. He should have got a bit more top speed, get the draft a bit more, and then come out. But side by side. He's just got to stay solid as long as he doesn't push out. Robinson's going to come back on the inside. But no, Broadbent too smart for that one. Saw that coming a mile away. Alright, so Bryce back up into P2. 4.5 seconds behind Wayne Walker, race leader. 5 laps to go. So all they got to do is defend hard and hold that position. I think everyone's in the same boat now. Oh, Kiddas just running a lot wider there. How is Bryce doing this on the Super Softs? I do not know. That is 20 laps on this set of tyres so far. I should say 15. Oh, Chilui's spinning around. Just got to sit down, wait. Yes, he takes it nice. So officially there's 5 laps to go. Wayne Walker out in front by himself. Justin Bryce now 5 seconds behind with Alex Kiddas and Craig Broadbent up into 4. It's Paul Robinson in P5. That is Scott Flack behind, but that is not for position. P6 will be Eric Chandra, HM Engineering. He is closing on the back of this group. Let's keep an eye on that one with 3 laps to go. He's about 3 or 4 seconds behind Paul Robinson. Let's see what his last lap was. It was 107 with Robinson of 108.6. So over a second faster. And Bryce still weaving down the main straight to cut that draft. And Kiddas trying to break and take the inside. They're both on the same compound, so, and they pretty much pitted at the exact same time. I think it was Kiddas, Walker and Bryce all pitting at the same time, so they've got the same amount of laps under on that set of rubber. No safety car, just a bit of a typo. So lap 43 or 45, Justin Bryce out in P2, Kiddas walking away, Walker walking away with over 6 seconds ahead. Kiddas dropping just a little bit back here, and the field's starting to spread out a bit now. We're talking about the gap from Chandler to Robinson, and that's dropped to 4 seconds because Broadbent has got past. Oh, Kiddas! What's happened to Kiddas? Let's have a look at that one. Where is he? So we're watching Alex Kiddas. Did he lock up? Yes, he spun. Oh, he's taken that inside bollard. Or sandwich board. So he's lost one position in that one. And he's now defending hard against Paul Robinson. We'll look back. There's the gap as Paul Robinson got the draft. Oh, nice one. Paul Robinson getting the job done. Oh, he's held Kiddas out. Scott Flack's not going to be part of this. He's just telling everyone, look, don't worry about me. I'm just here for the fun. So Kiddas now down to P5. Paul Robinson back up into P4. That promotes Broadbent up into P3 as well. And there they are. That's the whole field. Broadbent slipping all over the place trying to chase Bryce. We've only got 2 laps to go. Wayne Walker 8 seconds ahead of Justin Bryce now. Too good for this field. It's going to be 5 from 5 if he keeps it on the track. Watching Craig Broadbent down the stretch, and Wayne Walker trying to get around the back marker there. Still got Chalui in front. Oi! Walker almost lost it there. We heard the wheel spin coming out of turn 2. He's got to settle that down, otherwise he's going to lose that lead. He's sliding everywhere. He's got to hold it. This is the last lap, so maybe he's just leaving the rubber on the track, giving the crowd a bit of a show. The rest of the guys all settled into position. Look at that, he's just showing off now. And we'll give him the glory because he's a strong, strong competitor. He fought his way through the back of the field, struggled to get through, but once he got through, he's now giving himself a 7-second lead over the rest of the field. Congratulations to Wayne Walker. That's 2 from 2 tonight, and that's 5 from 5 for the series. And that means Justin Bryce comes across for P2. And Broadbent 3, Paul Robinson just back in 4, and that means Alex Kiddas in the black car crosses in P5 ahead of Eric Chandler, who's coming down the main straight. Only 5 seconds further back. And Scott Flack has already crossed the line for P7. That means Stoddard's going to cross the line now for P8. That means Chalui. Great job for P9. He was struggling early on, but he's come good. Done well. Had a couple of mistakes, but he's the best of the rest, basically. He'll finish in P9 ahead of Troy Cieslawski, who's already crossed the finish line. Congratulations, Andrew Chalui, racing from Entertainment Park in Bankstown on a $60,000 simulator. And that's Troy Cieslawski, David Baker in 11, and Harrison Tebb finishing in P12. So who's out there giving us donuts? Paul Robinson's got to be happy with that one, finishing P4. And he'll bring it back to the pits, and Flacky will bring it back in as well. So that concludes the racing tonight. I hope you enjoyed that. The first half of the race was spectacular before the pit stops, and it's spread out from there. And that's been some fantastic racing for tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please hit the like and follow button and get to know when we're going live next time. Go down to the description, follow all the links, the car, the track, and our Discord channel. Get on board. We'll see you on the next race, and we will bring up the results first before we get to the round. So it's Wayne Walker taking out the race ahead of Justin Bryce in P2, Craig Broadbent 3, Paul Robinson 4, Kidas unfortunately dropped that spot towards the end there, but that's all it takes. Paul Robinson happy to collect that one. Kidas falls back into 5. Eric Chandra in 6. Scotty Flack struggling there again in P7 in the second stanza. Finishing ahead of Craig Stoddard from BS Motorsport in P8. And then Andrew Chalui 9, Troy Cieslawski 10. P11 was David Baker in the Kmart, leading the first 6 or so laps of the race, and then coming to grips as he's letting the other guys through. Then Harrison Tebb finishing in P12. Alright, so let's look at the schedule. What's round 6 and beyond? It is Townsville on the 3rd of July. Fantastic track, beautiful track to watch. So make sure you tune in for that. Get on board, get on track, join us, race with us any time of the year. You can join us at all. And as you can see, there's drivers all throughout the circuit you can race with and compete with. Hope to see you on that one on the 3rd of July. Now that was the V8 League. Let's tune over to our NASCAR League, which is next week at Texas. Exciting stuff. A full oval round there. So if you love your oval, turning left and looking after your tyres, then come and join us in the NASCARs. Again, our description is down in the our link is down in the description. Follow that, get on board, join the NASCAR League and the V8 League. Love to have you. Next week will be the 4th round of the NASCAR Championship at Texas. Alright, so that concludes tonight's racing. Hope you enjoyed it. It is Shane Gilfeather signing off for round 5 of the V8 League for 2024. Until then, it's good night.